Hello, today we're going to go over how to monitor orders coming in from your customers on your commerce website and how you can make sure they are flowing through into your ERP. And we'll also discuss various configuration options around this order monitoring, which you can use to make sure everything is running smoothly and resolve any issues on orders that might be coming in from your website. So first what we'll do is we'll go through the process of how a customer places an order, how it shows up in the operations side of Coderis, and how you can manually push in these orders into the ERP. And then we'll cover how you can set this up to be automatic as well, where any order off of your website will automatically flow through to your ERP. So first, let's sign in as a customer and go through the checkout. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in here. And I'm signed in under this For Presidents account, and I'm going to go ahead and add an item to my cart and then place my order. So let's add this item to my cart, and maybe I also want to add an item from the wall and floor category. Let's go ahead and add this. Alright, so now I'm done shopping and I want to go ahead and check out. I'm going to click my cart and I'll review my items, make sure that they look good. Maybe I'll add a note. And let's go ahead next. And here I'm going to make sure all my billing information is filled in properly. And I'm going to select my ship to address. I'm going to ship this order to Illinois Drive. And let's go ahead and proceed to the payment tab. Now here I'll just review my totals, make sure those look good, and then I'm going to select my shipping method. I would like it delivered, so I'll select this box. And I'm going to pay with PO here, so I'm going to go ahead and enter my purchase order. And then I'll place my order. Alright, so I've received a thank you page here. Now let's see what happens on the operations side. So now I'm going to hop over to the operations portal. As an authenticated employee, I've already signed in, and let's see what that looks like from the operations side. So what we want to do is navigate to orders, and then choose orders here. This includes not only orders entered by customers off of the website or by your employees through this operations portal, but it also includes all the orders that are in your ERP as well. And in this dashboard you can track what orders have come in off of the website but aren't yet inside your ERP. So if we look over on the left here, we see this ERP number column. It indicates the status of each order, and as we can see here, we have ERP order numbers for orders that are already in the ERP. They either were pushed into the ERP by the Coderis system, or they are orders that came from the ERP. And as you can see here, if we hover over these green clouds, a green cloud means the order is inside your ERP, and if you hover over it, it does say that it is released to the ERP. So any order with a green icon here and a ERP number are orders that are inside the ERP. A few other statuses worth mentioning here. We have these awaiting release orders. These orders have come in off of the website, or they were entered by employees in this operations portal. They are not yet inside the ERP. They are basically ready to go in, and they need to be released by the operations side, or they will automatically flow into the ERP based on your configuration. So let's go over how to release an order to the ERP manually. Right now, my system is configured to hold all orders coming in off of the website. Any order that's placed on the website will flow through onto this dashboard here, and they must manually be pushed in by somebody on the operations side into the ERP. That is how it's configured right now. Now, as we can see, the order at the top here is the latest order that has come in, and it is the order that we placed as a customer. We can see that we have our order number here, 2314, which is the Coderis order number, and 2314 is here. This is the order that was placed by the customer. And now to release it, what we'll want to do is we'll want to hop into the details here. And before I release this order and put it into the ERP, I'm just going to look over it quick, make sure it looks right, make sure everything is filled out. And if everything looks good, I'm going to go ahead and go to the top here, and there's this Release to ERP button. And once we click this button, it'll actually push it into the ERP. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And once it is pushed to the ERP, the cloud will change to green, and it'll have a little label, Release to the ERP. And we'll also be able to see the ERP number for this order, which is 2985-00. And I could hop over to my ERP if I wanted and pull up that order inside the ERP as well. So now let's cover how you can configure your system to automatically push orders into the ERP so that you don't have to come in here manually for every order customers are placing and manually push them into the ERP. What you'll want to do is you want to go to Settings, which is under the System section, and then search on Hold. And as you can see, there's these 4 settings here: hold all guest orders, hold guest orders, and hold pickup web orders, and hold web orders. So if these settings are set to 1, that means all orders of this type are going to be held for your review on that orders dashboard. They will not automatically be pushed into the ERP by the Coderis system, and you must manually push them in after you review them on that dashboard. So if you like to automatically have the system push them in, all you have to do is change the value to 0 by navigating to the setting details here, changing the value to 0, and then choosing Save. Now any customers that place an order, their order will automatically get pushed into the ERP by the Coderis system. To go into a little bit more detail about these different types, so hold web orders, that's going to be for your authenticated user customers who are placing orders. You can choose whether or not those orders are held or not. Pickup orders, pretty self-explanatory. If you have, if the customer chooses the pickup shipping method on the checkout, you can choose to hold pickup orders for review, but not other web orders. And then similarly, if you're doing guest orders, taking guest orders as well, you can choose to hold those or not. You'll want to edit this setting if you're wanting to hold guest orders. This setting is primarily for certain guest order cases, which we'll cover in another video. Alright, now let's cover monitoring orders that are flowing into the ERP. So in most cases, if we hop back over to this order dashboard, orders flowing in from the website should flow into the ERP fine with no issues. However, there are some cases where orders may get stuck here on this dashboard and not actually get inserted into the ERP. So you will want to monitor this dashboard and ensure that all orders are going in as they should. And especially if you decide to hold all orders for review before inserting them into the ERP, you'll want to be monitoring with this dashboard as well, because your customers will be placing orders and you'll want to be pushing them into the ERP so that you can fulfill the order as they're coming in. An easy way to see orders which have been placed by customers but have not been released yet is to filter on the status column here and then choose received. These orders are in the received state and they haven't actually been pushed into the ERP yet. And then there's also this release status column that will indicate what stage the order is in as far as the release process. So for example, we have this released filter here, which will bring up all the orders that have been successfully released into the ERP. And then there's a few other statuses here which indicate something may be wrong. For example, queued here means that the order has been pushed, but it still hasn't been accepted into the ERP yet. There's also the releasing status, which is the next step ahead of queued. You'll rarely see these queued and releasing statuses because they will normally move through these statuses very fast straight into released. However, if they stay stuck in queued or releasing, this may indicate there was a problem releasing the order to the ERP. And the other statuses we'll cover in this video is the error status. For example, if an error fails to insert into the ERP, maybe we manually tried to push the order in, or maybe the automated process attempted to insert the order into the ERP. If for any reason the ERP rejects the order and says it can't take the order, you'll see the icon here turn to red. And if you select the error link here, you can view the error message that was received from the ERP. So as we can see on this particular order, the ERP refused it because there was a line exception. So at this point, we could either check the order items on this order from the Coderis operations portal to see what might the issue be, or go and look in the ERP to try to find out what exactly the issue is as to why the ERP is rejecting the order. And then once you resolve the issue, you can just hop back over to the operations portal here and either click retry here to re-push the order, or again click this little cloud here which will re-push the order as well. The other status we'll cover is the warning status. So if for some reason the ERP did take the order, but there was some issue in the ERP, something went wrong, that you might need to look at it, we'll service a warning message here. You will see the ERP number here because it did take the order and was assigned an ERP number. However, there was a problem, so we mark it as red. And again, you can click this little link to figure out why there was a warning on that order. As we can see here, this order was placed on e-hold, so now we might need to go into the ERP and release that order. And once we've resolved the issue, if we wanted to clear up our order dashboard here and say, hey, there's no longer an issue with this order, all you have to do is click resolve and it will remove the warning from the order. And then finally, you'll often see this release disallowed status on various orders. This means that the order is not allowed to be released to the ERP yet. Often these are carts that the user has saved for later on your website. They're not ready to place the order, they've just saved it for later. Maybe they've submitted an order for approval if you're using the Coderis order approval workflow for your customers. Basically, those orders are not ready to be released to the ERP, so you don't really have to worry about those. However, you could filter down to see those if you'd like as well. You can also set up an alert that will notify you if there's orders that are sitting here waiting to go to the ERP. It's a simple email notifications that you can turn on. It's not recommended to solely rely on those emails, but you can also enable that if you would like to be notified. To enable that order notification, what you want to do is hop back down to settings under the system section, and we'll navigate to the settings screen, and this time we'll search on send alerts for order not in ERP, and it will pull up this setting here. And as you can see, we already have this set to 1, which means it's enabled. If it's set to 0 on your system and you'd like to receive email alerts for orders that are not in the ERP, you can go ahead and change it to 1 and then click Save. And basically what that will do is it will send an email alert every hour during the business hours to say, hey, these orders are sitting here on the order dashboard, they're not in the ERP, you might want to check them out and push them in. If there's no orders sitting on the dashboard that need to be released, then it will not send. I'm just going to pull up an example of what that email looks like. So let's hop over to marketing, or actually it's under system, and then go to the email screen. And this screen just shows all the emails that have been sent out by the system. I could show my email inbox, but I'm just going to show the email in here for the sake of the video. We can preview it, so as we can see here, it has sent out an email alert saying that 11 orders are not released to the ERP. They're sitting on that order dashboard. And if we click the preview icon here, we can see what that looks like. So as you can see, saying 11 orders are not released to the ERP, and then it gives a little bit of information about each order. The email is sent to your store email address, so as you can see, it's set up here. Alright, that briefly covers how you can monitor orders coming in from your customers and monitor the order release flow to your ERP. Hopefully that was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.